Juan Luis Lagunas Rosales and El Chanito de Cuyacan. Juan Luis, hailing from Mexico, gained internet fame under the alias El Pirata de Cuyacan, translating to Pirate of Cuyacan. Born in Sinaloa, Juan's upbringing was marked by hardship. His father's absence and his mother's limited work opportunities left him in the care of his grandmother, who could only do so much. Now, interestingly, his childhood neighborhood was situated just a few kilometers away from the domain of the renowned Mexican drug lord, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. However, Juan's path had yet to intersect with the world of narcotics until he opted to abandon high school and pursue a better life in Cuyacan. Upon arriving in Cuyacan, Juan took on various low-paying jobs to sustain himself, but concurrently he developed an unhealthy affinity for alcohol. This habit of drinking permeated his work and leisure time, regardless of his underage status. And we all know nothing good comes from consuming way too much alcohol, but for Juan, it kinda did. His problematic relationship with alcohol propelled him to prominence. He established a YouTube channel where he uploaded videos of himself consuming copious amounts of whiskey and beer, followed by his reaction to becoming intoxicated. While it might have seemed unconventional, these videos garnered an unexpectedly massive number of views and reactions from the audience, and adding an element of humor to his content contributed to his rapid rise. His Facebook page amassed over 1 million followers, while his Instagram had around 300,000. Remarkably, his popularity led to appearances in music videos and television shows. But again, nothing good comes from consuming way too much alcohol. And Juan's sudden fame took a drastic turn for the worst. He started posting images on his gram that didn't sit well with the older demographic because he was just 17 years old at the time. These photos depicted him with firearms, luxurious automobiles, and often scantily clad attractive women, and although everyone thought he landed himself with the evil underworld of Mexican narcotics, he wasn't affiliated with any cartels, at least not yet. Instead, a meeting with Beto Sierra, a social media management expert, marked a turning point for El Pirata. Sierra's guidance encouraged him to transition away from that alcohol-centric content and embrace more marketable ventures, such as unveiling his own merch and even attempting a singing career. However, Juan remained like a ticking time bomb, and his fate was sealed sooner than anticipated. On multiple occasions, Juan openly expressed his defiance towards numerous adversaries, including a drunken video in which he provocatively insulted Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes. What's his name, everybody? El Mencho. He uttered these exact words,
El Mencho a mí me pela la verga,
which carried a bold confrontational meaning in English, loosely translating to
El Mencho, feel my dick.
I mean, I really don't get why these guys put themselves in harm's way, knowing how dangerous El Mencho is. Not even El Chapo's cartel dares to provoke CJ&G, and we know it's because of their extreme levels of brutality and violence. Yet these teenagers, maybe for a few likes or the eagerness to go viral on social media, see the need to call out a man that kills humans like flies. In response, a fair CJ&G issued a stern warning for Juan to avoid stepping foot in Jalisco if he wanted to remain alive. But Juan didn't care. He went ahead to host a party with his friends at a Jalisco bar, and that was the moment CJ&G Sicarios sent them on an immediate journey to the afterlife. December 18th, 2017. Armed men stormed the bar where Juan was celebrating, and with a hail of over 18 bullets from high-caliber firearms, his life was abruptly extinguished in less than a minute. The numerous wounds inflicted made it so hard to even recognize that body. He was later identified by the tattoos on his arms. His death, rather than his life, became the subject of a feature in Rolling Stone magazine, focusing on his demise at the hands of CJ&G, and of course the stupidity of challenging one of the most wanted men in the world. But also with his death, El Chanito de Cuyacan, another Mexican teenager, saw it as a medium to gain clout. With the death of El Pirata, El Chanito decided to call out El Mencho, saying he was out to seek revenge for the death of his friend. The viral video showed El Chanito holding a rifle, along with a small child whose face was covered, also wielding a rifle, while they cursed out El Mencho. They called El Mencho words like stupid, and even mocked El Pirata for consuming so much alcohol just for content and internet internet fame. I mean, you don't need us to tell you that this statement obviously led to El Chanito's death. But for El Chanito, the CJ&G decided to take things to the next level. El Chanito apologized for his statement to El Mencho and played the insanity card, claiming to be mentally ill. But this didn't stop the CJ&G. El Chanito went off social media for a while, and everyone suspected he had been killed. But the real confirmation of his death came when an anonymous Redditor posted a video of him being beheaded by CJ&G sicarios. The footage was immediately taken down for its graphic content, but the message had been passed. Do not mess with El Mencho. Leslie Ann Pamela Montenegro. Leslie Ann was a Mexican social media influencer who gained fame as a TikToker, YouTuber, and celebrity. Sadly, she met a tragic end due to her decision to reveal intricate details about a notorious cartel in Mexico. Known by her online persona, Nana Pelucas, Leslie engaged her audience with videos ranging from politics and makeup tutorials to daily vlogs about her life. Her online presence took a unique twist when she adopted the persona of a lady donning a black afro wig, bold red lipstick, and oversized glasses. In a manner reminiscent of current TikTok trends, she would amusingly interact with people in supermarkets, asking them trivia questions to get their reactions. Now, as time went on, Leslie's following expanded, prompting her to shift her content towards exposing corrupt officials within the Mexican government. Leslie didn't outrightly call out names. Instead, she skillfully conveyed her message through humor, though its impact remained unmistakable and stirred up considerable controversy. Of course, one might think that exercising freedom of speech would carry no harm, but in Mexico, that reality is a bit different. The journey towards her tragic fate began when she started shedding light on the activities of the enigmatic independent cartel of Acapulco, one of Mexico's most secretive criminal organizations. This particular cartel operated stealthily, often overlooked due to its clandestine nature. They played a massive role in the hundreds of homicides carried out within the town of Acapulco, and were one of the many smaller groups in the area. Returning to Leslie's narrative, her publicizing of the cartel's actions exposed her to death threats. Banners accusing her of collaborating with rival cartels to unveil the independent cartel's secrets and deliver them to the Mexican government began appearing around her restaurants. In response, Leslie vehemently denied these allegations, asserting that her information stemmed from reliable sources and that she had no affiliations with any cartels. Despite these threats, she remained resolute, continuing her postings and exposing the cartel's activities, which turned her into a genuine threat to their operations. February 5th, 2018. Two men entered her restaurant during her night shift, ordering beers, before mercilessly gunning her down. She received 3 shots to the upper body, ending her life on the spot. Fortunately, Mexican authorities managed to apprehend one of the individuals responsible for her murder, El Pipas. The subsequent trial, however, took a perplexing turn. The presiding judge inexplicably dismissed the charges against El Pipas, despite an abundance of undeniable evidence. This unsettling outcome starkly illustrated the deep-rooted corruption that Leslie had fought against. Cartels manipulated the judicial system, even influencing high-ranking government officials and copying instances like El Chapo's daring prison escapes. Leslie's demise inadvertently led foreign entities to investigate the Acapulco cartel's affairs, eventually revealing the city's perilous state. The town itself made the ranking for being the world's second most dangerous city. The United States even issued a special travel ban to dissuade its citizens from visiting the city of Acapulco. Leslie's hope of exposing the city's issues to both the public and the Mexican government aimed for change, yet she tragically underestimated the extent of corruption. So in her pursuit of justice, Leslie messed with these cartel members and paid for it with her life. That, my friends, is something that won't be forgotten in a hurry. Miss Asu